Welcome to Love Bytes, the show where we debug romance. Now, I am not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist.
I am not a patient.
I don't have a degree in sociology or psychology, but what I do have is wealth of experience and a sincere desire to help you. Because sometimes love can get messy. And sometimes, if you're not careful, love bites. Hello everybody and welcome back to Love Bytes. So, Fuzzy Freaks, are you ready for our next question?
Yes, I am.
Hey Neil and guest, have you ever noticed that someone says, "Hey, you look awesome," and seem flirty, and then someone else says it and it seems creepy? Basically the same sentence, seems totally different, more dependent on the person than circumstance. How does one make sure to be flirty instead of creepy?
That's down to like 1,000 little body language cues and just like tone of voices. That's incredible. Seeming flirty and not creepy is incredibly difficult, and also a very subjective thing as well. Like, everybody has different boundaries for flirty and creepy. It depends on mood.
I get the feeling that it comes off as flirty if the person is receptive to it, and if they're not receptive, it comes off as creepy.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, you can, I think the more nonchalantly you say it as well, it's like, if you're all like, "Hey, looking nice," it's a bit creepy. If you're like, "Hey, looking nice," it's more, just the more casually you say it, I think. And the less you like invest or like, "Hey, looking nice," it's like, it's a bit, "Hey," and it's just like, "Hey, looking nice." It's definitely nonchalant is the way to go, and casual and nonchalant is always, it's best to err on the side of too little rather than too much.
Yeah. I have no other advice. I'm really bad on this topic. This is like one of my weak points, yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I don't know how to talk to people.
Looking nice there. Hi. No, I'm really bad at it as well. So yeah, I tend to. I got the crazy eyes, so it doesn't really help. It's just like, it's
Yeah, I don't. There's something about just being relaxed about it. Being very informal,
Relaxed.
very casual. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're saying this thing, but you're going on with the other part, and you're not trying to start a conversation. You're just being like, "Oh, hey, you're cute," whatever, or however it goes.
Yeah, looking good.
Looking good's probably better than, "Hey, you're looking cute," probably.
Yeah. It's like, "Hey, looking good."
Yeah.
And then carry on with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sit there and go, "Hey, looking good." All right, love. Yeah.
No, stop it. No.
Yeah,
No, next question. Hey, Neil and guest, I made an Instagram account, and this chick keeps liking my pics. She is a plush artist, 5 years older than me, and obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. Webbiness is a major turnoff for me, so you can imagine my intrigue when this hedgehog lovin' vixen appeared. How do I instigate a relationship on a platform like Instagram?
What is a turnoff?
Webbiness. Weebiness? Weebi?
Oh, as in weeaboo type stuff. Weebiness?
Weebiness? Maybe.
I'm assuming sort of like weeb as in weeaboo as in, that kind of
Maybe.
stuff. I don't know if Instagram's the best. I don't know. I mean, how on earth do you, I don't know. I mean, through Instagram, I suppose you just comment on their photos and be like, "Hey, nice hedgehog." But like, it's kind of one of those things where you'd have to try and, hunt them down on other social platforms that invite more conversation, kind of thing. If she's got a Twitter, maybe follow her on Twitter and try striking up a conversation there, because Instagram isn't really a platform where you can really flirt successfully, I don't think.
Is there like a direct messaging system on Instagram?
I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, it does have a chat function. Okay. On it, I have Instagram. I have about 5 photos on it. I've never really used it. But okay, if it's got a chat function, then maybe if she likes your photos, she might follow you, and you can. I'm assuming it's one of those ones where you can chat if you follow each other. So maybe try chatting with her.
Yeah.
And okay, do not send a dick pic. Do not send a dick pic. No, Mr. Meat Sauce, bad. No.
I wonder what the return rate on that is. Is it like 0.001%?
The 1% is probably where you get your dick pic put on a porn site or something. It's,
I can't imagine what the return rate on that is. It's got to be the least successful move a person can make.
It's just, no, it's just annoying. It's just like, oh, great, it's a penis, because I've never seen one of those before. It's just, yeah, they're just so annoying. Yes. Anyway, but yeah, okay. Anyway, no, to go back to the actual question, yeah, I'd say maybe just, if Instagram's got a messaging function, just, I don't know, message her and be like, hey, nice hedgehog. Nice hedgehog. Hey, woo, or something.
Nice hedgehog. Want to see mine?
Oh God. Oh, I can't work under these conditions. I'm out. That's it.
Such a diva.
That's awful, though. But yeah, just.
I don't know. They're just like this. It's gonna be no more different on social media than it would be, or more. It would be different, but no more difficult. I would expect than in real life. This person's being all into your stuff, and you want to maybe get a little closer. I wouldn't start coming out of the box and be like, "Hi, do you want to have a relationship with me?" It would be more like,
that's a bit kind of, you're insane.
Yeah. You start chatting. You talk about hedgehogs. She talks about whatever it is that you're Instagramming. You guys talk about Naruto or whatever it is that you're watching together. And then you add her on Facebook. And then from there, it just kind of...
Oh, come on. Who uses Facebook these days?
I don't know. What are the thing kids doing these days? Is it that...
Snapchat? Twitter? I don't fucking know. You could make yourself look like a piece of bread together or something.
Yeah.
Send each other pictures of, I am bread also. Would you like to have sex? Okay then. Ooh, let's have bread sex and mash ourselves together with some ham in the middle. I don't know. Is that what you do? I don't know. Yeah. Snapchat confuses me.
Yeah, but you want to move from Instagram to a more appropriate social media that's more personal, and then
Skype or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And from there, then you can start talking and flirting, and then go for the relationship card.
Yeah.
But also, I want to address a different issue here that's kind of in the same vein. Is that... Let me read the question again. Hey, Neil and guest, I just made an Instagram account, and this chick keeps liking my pics. She's a plush artist, 5 years older than me, and obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. Weebness is a major turn-on for me, so you can imagine my intrigue when this hedgehog loving vixen appeared. How do I instigate a relationship on a platform like Instagram? Now, what I want to get at is that last sentence here. How do I instigate a relationship on Instagram? And I think this speaks to the viewpoint that a relationship is something to be achieved and found, and that you want a relationship with this person, so you need to go and get a relationship and have this thing. Where in reality, what you're looking for is like you're having a good time talking with this person and you want more of this. And so you don't want to be like, I am having a good time, I like this person, therefore she must be my girlfriend. Like, you don't need to go from one to the other. What I would like to say is, forget about acquiring a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a relationship. Like, in a world where these social constructs don't exist, where there is no concept of girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, and you're just enjoying the social interaction with another person, you ought to just continue following that social interaction that you enjoy and keep doing the things that you like with that person. And then, if you are both doing it really well, you kind of naturally fall into what we call a relationship. At some point when someone says, hey,
you want to bang?
Yeah. Like, I think my most successful relationships have come more from me being like, I really like this person and I just want to hang out with them all the time, and so we're just spending a lot of time together, and then at a certain point you both just kind of fall into the relationship rather than saying, I like this person, now I want to go out and
you will be my girlfriend. What? You know.
yeah.
And also, if you go into it with like expectations of like this must be then you're gonna get fucking disappointed invariably. So going into things with an open mind, just being like, hey, let's see what happens. Let's hang out, have fun, see what happens. You're much less likely to be disappointed because you have nothing to be disappointed about. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So expectations lead to stress, lead to why is this not happening if it's not, this is not going the way I expected it to, whereas if you just go into it like, hey, let's hang out and have fun, then everything is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. It's also a lot more, I think, a realistic approach to things because the notions of boyfriend and girlfriend are social constructs that exist here. They don't really apply exactly in the real world, and you can also be in a place where you're not quite boyfriend and girlfriend, you're something else.
They got a thing, you can have a thing, you can be just like, fuck buddies, or you can just be like, yeah, we're good friends with a bit of sexual tension. We might not. No, it's
yeah. So just chill out, keep talking on Instagram, and if you like this girl a lot, find more ways to talk to her and communicate with her, and that will just keep pursuing what you like and don't stop worrying about what the end is going to be.
Yes.
Enjoy the path, smell the roses. Whatever goal that you think you see out there is not going to be the real goal. You're never going to end up where you start heading towards, ever, in life.
Yeah.
So, that's it with that question. Done.
Go with the flow, man.
Go with the flow, man. All right.
Yeah,
next question. Hey, Neil, an awesome co-love debugger. I think he's talking about you. I'm a 25-year-old male. My girlfriend is very impulsive, playful, and exploring. She is into exploring things sexually, trying new things, and playing with boundaries, which I'm all for. Wow. Seems like you have a lot on your plate. Some of the things she wants to do is on the edge of my boundaries and sometimes way over the line. I tell her when the thing she wants to do is making me uncomfortable or tell her why I feel that way. The issue is that she is unsatisfied with me not wanting to try to move my boundaries. Even after several times of me telling her off, she persists asking me to try the same things. I am very comfortable and certain where my boundaries and limits go in terms of relationships and what goes and doesn't go. I am not sure how to make her understand that she is going over my line, persisting to ask for the same things. I have talked and explained my thoughts and reasons to her. I have even gotten angry at times, which I'm not proud of. One example is that she would like to try sex with other guys, which my ego would not be able to handle, and I'm very honest about that. So several times I told her no, and that she is making me very angry by persisting. Another example, trying to push my boundaries, she would like to try some stuff on him, and he's not into it. We'll just fill in the gaps with your own imagination there. Even though I have, stuff? Yeah, butt stuff. She would like to try butt stuff with him. I am not into this, even though I haven't tried it. But she is not respecting this, even trying to sneak in a finger while we're in bed. What should I do? Sincerely, it was signed, so I'm gonna say it. Sincerely, Minnie Wolf.
She sounds like kind of an arsehole, to be honest with you. Because not respecting boundaries is deeply fucking uncool. If she is persistently just like not respecting boundaries and pushing for stuff that she knows he's not cool with, that is dick move. Yeah. In my opinion. It's like dick move. It's like, the whole point of pushing boundaries, the whole point of exploring boundaries with a partner is communication and mutual respect. And when they say no, you fucking stop. And if they are not comfortable with a thing, you don't fucking do it. Because relationships are all about trust. And if you are not respecting boundaries, you are breaking the trust in the relationship, which is going to fuck the relationship. So yeah, she needs to either really fucking stop, or he needs to just be like, I'm out, because she's not, it doesn't sound like she's going to respect the boundaries. She's going to stop, and she's going to end up, especially if she wants to explore sex with other guys and she's not respecting that boundary, eventually she is going to probably sleep with somebody outside the relationship, and then you're opening yourselves up to like all kinds of like sexual health issues, because if that's always a big fucking thing with any kind of like open relationships is like, but basically if your person is sleeping with somebody else and then you don't know who that person slept with, it's like, so yeah, he sounds like a dick.
Yeah, dude, this sounds unhealthy, and I would say back out right now. Just, if you've expressed, this is not acceptable, stop bringing it up, no, I'm not okay with this. And, if that's what she wants in her life and in her romantic situation, more power to her, but she needs to find it with someone who's okay with it. So she's welcome to have an open relationship and do, butt stuff with dudes till the cows come home, but she should do it with someone else, because she should be happy and you should be happy. And if this is something that really gets her going, and it's something you're not willing to do, then you're not going to make her happy in the long run. And she sure as hell is not going to make you happy if she's trying to sneak things where they don't belong while you're in bed together. So
yeah, I mean, sort of like, because me and my boyfriend are still, we've not been together that long really, so we're still exploring boundaries and stuff, and like the talking and the stopping when shit is like, okay, I'm not comfortable with this, and that's really fucking important. And if like either of us was to be like, oh no, it's all right, you'll like it really or something, or no, I'm not going to stop, then I both of us would be like, whoa, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
out.
Just a fundamental fucking thing, yeah.
Back out. This is wrong. Escape. Run away. Flee.
Yep. Abort. Whoop, whoop.
All right. Let's do it again. Hey guys, when it comes to talking to girls, I'm not great in doing it in person, and I really enjoy doing it. No, wait. Let's try this all over again. Hey guys, when it comes to talking to girls, I am great at doing it in person and really enjoy doing it. I'm just so used to people saying they're bad at talking to girls that my brain automatically puts the negatives in there. However, when it comes to messaging on Facebook or text, I'm just so bad at it. I find it really hard to get my characteristics across, and I'm usually quite sarcastic and joking, so it's hard to translate. So any advice on how to improve on messaging? Always struggled keeping the convo going. Cheers, X. That's how you keep yourself anonymous, guys. Dude, you're like 80% of the way there. You're just looking for those last little bits to get you there. If you can talk in person, that's all that really matters. I recommend not texting a lot and just be like, hey babe, I don't like texting. I prefer to talk. Why don't you give me a call? And just like have phone calls. Like if there's a text conversation going back and forth, just give her a call mid-text conversation, or whatever. It's like, who?
Yeah, I mean, voice conversations and text conversations both have their ups and sort of like their positives and negatives, don't they? Like text conversations, you can pick up and put down, and you have more time to think about what you're saying. Whereas voice conversations, they're like a bit more blah 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 blah, sort of, Like I personally prefer text conversations to voice, just unless I can have like my headset on and just be wandering around doing something else, mostly because I tend to be very ADD and
yeah, I don't know, text conversations can be hard.
It depends on the person you're talking to as well.
Yeah, I don't know, I find I tend to read too much into every little detail.
This is true. You do tend to overanalyze things sometimes, but
you'll be fine. Don't worry about it, dude. You're already like, if you could talk to a person in real life, you're most of the way there. You can find a way around the texting stuff, unless texting's like a really big thing that how people flirt these days.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably sort of like overanalyzing how good you are with the texting as well. It's like just a good way to do it is just to say it out loud and then type it. It's like just sub-vocalize what you're going to say. and type as you would speak. That's how I tend to do sort of like text conversations. Is I'm not sort of like blah blah. I don't try and be grammatically correct. I just basically type exactly as I speak. The poor bastards that have to read what I type. But yeah, it's just yeah. That's the only advice I would give. Is basically just try and sort of type exactly as you would speak, and don't analyze everything you write. Don't overthink it. Just
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that should be easy.
Just mumble under your breath as you type.
You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. This is
yeah.
You're so ahead of the curve. All right. Next question. We were running out of time here. Hey Koibu, one of my best friends recently came out to me as gay. He has not told most other people yet, but is planning to soon. I have no problems with this, and I still want to be close friends, but we live in a really conservative community. I don't even really know any other people who are openly gay. I'm sure he's going to face a lot of hardship ahead. How can I be supportive to him as a friend? Be a supportive friend to him in this time. Okay.
Ask him what he needs.
Yeah.
Ask him how you can be a supportive friend. Go to him and say, okay, I am your friend. I want to support you. What can I do? Don't just assume what you can do. Just ask him, because he knows what you can do for him to be a supportive friend.
I have no follow-up. That was perfect. All right, that means we have time for one more question. Last one. Hey Koivu. So I'm in one of those long distance relationships. Fun, huh? Actually, my boyfriend and I live together, but we both have various work and other travel that takes us away from each other for a few weeks at a time relatively frequently. We follow all the tips for how to make things work when we're apart, blah, 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 and it's okay. But what's often more difficult for me is when we return to being together. When we're apart, I kind of just get into my own groove, and when we're back together, it can be really challenging to adjust having another person constantly around again. I'm always excited to have him back, but for all my alone time suddenly disappears and becomes couple time again. It takes some time for us to shift our routines and accommodate other people and feel comfortable being really close again. Our relationship is really awesome, so I don't see it as an issue between us, but more like one of the strains of long distance. It just seems to be the opposite strain compared to what other people experience. Did that sentence make any sense? Our relationship is really awesome, and I don't.
Yeah, the apart time isn't difficult. The together time is difficult to adjust to.
Any tips on how to ease the transitioning to not being long distance anymore? Learning how to say I need my space. Sometimes you can be living with a person, you can love the person through and through, and maybe you just got off work and you just want to do nothing for an hour. You just want to go and just do nothing. And the other person's like, oh, sweetie, there's this cool thing and I want to share all my life with you. And you're like, I love you, babe, but right now,
need to decompress, please no, sort of thing. Yeah, it's I'm kind of in this situation because I've just started living with my boyfriend, and sort of so we're still adjusting with that, and I've lived on my own for a year and a half before that, so really on my own, so it is hard sort of adjusting to living with somebody else and doing that sort of again and again. You just get used to it and then you're back together again. But yeah, I'd say just talk, just communicate, just go, okay, I need some space, and just be open about the fact that you need a bit of space now and again, and just communication, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's just, that's the key. It's just, I need space, and just, I think if you both sort of sat down and went, okay, so we need to say when we need space, and then not get pissy about it as well. Because a lot of the time when you're I need space, the other person goes, oh, well. And so being able to and comfortable with saying that you need space, or saying what you need, basically.
I think it's really helpful to set that up ahead of time, to have a conversation when you don't need space, to be like, sweetie, sometimes I need personal space, and sometimes you need personal space. So I think we should be a little bit more open to each other about when we need our own room. And I think if you have that conversation when you're already in coupley mode, And both of you be like, oh, of course, sweetie, that's totally fine. I don't even know why you need to bring that up, but okay. And the next time when you need your space, you can bring it up, and then it'll just be easier than if she wants to be with you or you want to be with her. Well, no, you're a girl in this situation. When he wants to be with you and you want your own space, and if you just kind of blow it, then he's like, what?
Yeah, definitely. Generally speaking, it's a good idea to tackle all the issues that may come up when things are going well, because then it's not like a sudden kind of, oh, why would you say this now? Oh,
Yeah.
sort of thing. You know, it's
Yeah. I think, the people say this all the time, and it's become a cliche, but it shouldn't, because it's actually the absolute truth. But relationships are built on trust and communication. And that is like the core of any successful long-term relationship. And here on Love Bites, we only deal in the real long-term relationships. I have no advice for people on the short term because I have no experience with that. I'm a serial monogamist. So long-term
I've
guys.
never mastered the art of the whole. I never got the whole dating thing. It's just like go out for a date with somebody and then you just and it's just
I don't know. Yeah.
You know.
But if you want to have a successful relationship, really, truly, if that's what you want, and you know that's a goal of yours, is to have a successful relationship, you got to learn to talk about things, even things that make you uncomfortable, and to be like, you know what? Really, right now, I just want to storm out in anger and slam the door, but this is important, so I'm going to sit down and talk about it. More generally speaking, I've always kind of viewed relationships in the sense of if I find a person and I'm going to marry them and I'm going to be with them forever, that then is the most important thing in my life, because my job eventually, even if I keep the same job, I'll retire and my significant other I'll still be married to and we'll still be together forever. That person becomes an extension of yourself. And so you need to treat them like an extension of yourself and manage them like an extension of yourself. So you need to be clear, you need to be rational, you need to chill out on your own emotions and let level heads prevail.
Yeah, and it's like, if you're angry, go sit down, have a cup, right, just, being able to sit there and go, okay, I'm really fucked off at the moment, but, we need to talk about the thing, but I'm going to go and I'm going to have a sit down and a cup of tea and take 10 minutes to just breathe for a minute and then we will talk about this, but right now is not a good time to talk because I'm going to go off the handle, sort of thing. It's like, recognizing when it's not a good time to talk is an important thing as well. It's like, I'm really annoyed right now. I'll be back. Have a cup of tea. It's...
Go for a walk. If you're pissed off.
That's actually a really good thing that I never do because I don't like going outside. Shut-ins. But yeah, just go for a walk. Go for a walk together. Fuck. Because everything seems less bad when you're outside generally.
There's a speech at the end of Napoleon Dynamite. I'm trying to find it, and there's a... Well, here it is. When an argument arises, if you go outside and take a nice walk, you'll calm down and you can come back, and it won't be an argument. And you'll find that it helps with your health. All that fresh air and exercise will do you a lot of good. That's, the really cheesy relationship advice that they gave at the end of Napoleon Dynamite, but it's also super good. In fact, the person who was doing the officiating my wedding had that in it at the end. It was my brother-in-law.
Nice.
But it's true. If things are heated and you're having an argument, just chill out. Go for a walk. Clear your head. Don't sit in your room and mope and think and get all. Go for a walk. Actually moving helps move you through the arguments in your head.
Yeah. And it's if you are loggerheads, then just fucking picking at each other isn't going to help. So you got to sort of just be like, okay, let's go out for a walk and come back and because getting really fucked off with each other is just counterproductive, because you'll end up saying something stupid, then they'll say something stupid and it'll just fucking escalate. So it's just like, okay, time out, let's go. It's that shit's important.
Yep.
Yeah, space and communication is
what she said. She's streets ahead, I think. So Fuzzy, we are done for today. This was successful. I hope some of you out there are going to have a better love life in the future because of it. If not, no refunds. All sales are final. But where can people find more of your insane antics?
On my twitch.tv / Fuzzy Freaks. I mostly do like survival and quite a lot of RimWorld because it's basically crack. And just other random shit. Yeah. Also, I have a Twitter which is full of weird shit and yeah.
Is that also just twitter.com / Fuzzy Freaks?
No, that's at Twitch Fuzzy because Fuzzy Freaks is my old Twitter from another life.
And you don't want to burn it to the ground?
No, I just ignore that one.
Well then, that's it for Love Bytes today. Those of you watching this live, today is the last day for Age of Strife applications. That poll closes in 8 hours. And that's it.
And don't forget the Love Bytes t-shirts.
Love Bytes t-shirts, only available until August 15th. And then never, ever again. Ever. So that's it. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for some misclicks, and you stream every day, right, Fuzzy?
Pretty much, yeah. I'll be taking... What days are we off? Hello? You there with the headphones. What days are we not streaming because we're moving?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Possibly
Friday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'm moving house next week, so yeah, there will be hiatus probably.
But they can find you tomorrow on twitch.tv / Fuzzy Freaks.
Yes, definitely, and probably Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.